T, terrible top T. That's what we're working on today. Beginning T, and then we'll go to the ending T eventually. But a T, pretty easy, right? Yeah, you take up that whole street. You know how I call this a whole street? You take up the whole street with both the uppercase and the lowercase letters. T, top, T. And your teeth come together for that. Speaking of teeth, we have a book about a tooth. So you have T, top, T. Go ahead and say it. M, man, M. G, game, G. R, rascally rat, F, friend's foot. B, banana boat, B. I just like to have fun with that one. L, lighted lamp, L. S, slippery snakes. C, crazy cat, C. Cookie, milk. C. A, apple, A. D, dog, D. P, pan, P. Ooh, octopus, ah. Ooh, you've got to be snobby with that one. N, nut, N. Now what you're going to do with the T today is you have penmanship, which really means it's a fancy word for handwriting, to make sure you are correctly making this letter. Then I'm going to ask you to please, if it begins with a T, write a T, like tire, towel. Over here. Oh, that guy snuck in there. Hold on. Get back. Oh, that guy snuck. They're sneaking in there like that. Gee whiz. If it begins with a T, please put a T in it, a T. If it begins with a T, please circle it. And then we have some interesting sight words just for you to do. This is go. Trace it. Find it. Oops. Find it up here. Go. Where is it? There's two letters. Here you're writing it. Go. Go, 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 go. And down here you're circling go. Everything is self-explanatory. Circle the word go. It's all about go. And then we follow up with a go and a C. So it is scrambled. Unscramble it. Here's your word bank. And then here it says, I blank a cat. Which word would fit in there, go or C? And then draw a picture of that cat. So that's what you have today. It's a T type of day. And I have this book called Andrew's Loose Tooth. And it's written by Robert Munsch. He's also the one that wrote We Share Everything. Remember that kindergarten story about the kids who shared the clothes? That was kind of funny, right? When Andrew came downstairs, there were three big red apples in the middle of the table. And even though he had a loose tooth, he decided to eat an apple. So he reached out, picked up an apple, shined it on his shirt, took a bite, and yet, ew! Mommy, do something about this tooth. It hurts so much I can't even eat my apple. Ooh. Andrew's mother opened up his mouth and looked inside. Oh, it's a loose tooth. I know what to do. She took hold of that tooth with both hands and pulled as hard as she could, but the tooth did not come out. Oh, Andrew, I just can't get that tooth out. Why don't you try another apple? That might make your tooth come out. Wow, she's really pulling hard on that tooth. My goodness. So Andrew reached out, picked up an apple, shined it on his shirt, took a bite, and yelled, Yo, Daddy, do something about this tooth. It hurts so much I can't even eat my apple. So Andrew's father opened up his mouth and looked inside. Oh, it's a loose tooth. I know what to do. Sure. He got a big pair of pliers and took hold of Andrew's tooth. Then he put his foot on Andrew's nose and pulled as hard as he could, but the tooth did not come out. Oh, Andrew, this tooth is stuck. Why don't you try another apple? That will make your tooth come out. Well, he's tried 2 apples. Is he going to do it again? You betcha. So Andrew reached out, picked up an apple, shined it on his shirt, took a bite, and yelled, Yo! Mommy, Daddy, do something about this tooth. It hurts so much. I can't even eat my apple. So they called a dentist. Oh, now they're thinking, right? The dentist came in a shiny black car. He opened up Andrew's mouth, looked inside. Oh, it's a loose tooth. I know what to do. Well, I hope so. He got a big long rope, and he tied one end to Andrew's tooth. Andrew said, I know what you're going to do. I know what you're going to do. You're going to tie the end of that rope to the door, and then you're going to slam the door. No, I'm going to tie it to my car. Egad, what was he thinking? He tied the other end of the rope to his car and drove away as fast as he could. When he got to the end of the rope, his whole car fell apart. The dentist stood there just holding the steering wheel. Look how the dog and the boy are laughing. They're like, ha! The tooth stayed in. Then Andrew's mother and his father and the dentist all said, Andrew, that tooth will not come out. You just can't eat your breakfast. Andrew sat out in the front yard looking very sad. His best friend Louis came along and said, Andrew, what's the matter? Oh, my mother can't get this tooth out. My father can't get this tooth out. The dentist can't get this tooth out. And I can't eat my breakfast. Oh, I know what to do, said Louis. What's Louis got to say? Louis went into Andrew's house and called the tooth fairy on the phone. The tooth fairy? He called the tooth fairy? I didn't know tooth fairies had phone numbers. The tooth fairy roared up right away on a large motorcycle. Andrew looked at the tooth fairy and said, If you think you're going to use that motorcycle to pull out my tooth, you are nuts. What do you think I am? Said the tooth fairy. A dentist? That's one interesting looking tooth fairy, huh? She pulled Andrew's tooth with one hand and the tooth did not come out. She pulled Andrew's tooth with two hands and the tooth did not come out. She got a large hammer off her motorcycle and clanged Andrew's loose tooth. The hammer broke into two pieces and the tooth still did not come out. Incredible, said the tooth fairy. This is the first tooth ever that I can't pull out. I guess you just can't eat your breakfast. Hold it, said Louis. I have an idea. All right, Louis, bring it on. Louis went into Andrew's house and got a pepper shaker. Then he pushed back Andrew's head and sprinkled pepper up Andrew's nose. Andrew went, achoo! Do not sprinkle pepper up anybody's nose. That is a no-no. And sneeze that tooth all the way across town. Oh my gosh, it went through do you see that it went through a donut? That poor lady. And the newspaper, hit the dog in the head. Wow. That's quite a trajectory for a tooth. But the tooth fairy still got her tooth. Look at her go. Go, tooth fairy, go. And they ate all the apples they could. Wow. So we did that we read that book for the letter T. T. The letter T. Tooth fairy. I like the tooth fairy. That was a fun story, right? I have to get the tooth fairy's phone number. Tooth fairies visit here in February. I wonder if we could call them. Anybody have their number? Have a great day. Bye.